All right, time to do the clerical cleanup. Get those doors opened. Go back to the cave and the wasteland. And then come back and see me for the dead man's hand. The dead man's hand? But the only way out of that is through death. Oh no. You know what's cool about this headset? I can adjust how loud the video is without fucking it up. Wow. That's so good. You'd almost think it would have been an obvious feature to have. Actually, no. I think it has something more to do with how outdated my other machine was. But you take those things for granted. Sometimes when you update the things and they don't do the things that you want to do because it changes the whole format of your stuff. Imagine looking at an old forum for a problem that's like 10 years old and you're just like, oh, that's not how it works now. Even though their answer makes sense. Like, what do you do in that situation? I've seen some Linux games that haven't been updated since like 2002. Like, how do you run those anymore? That's an actual problem. Might have to do like a virtual machine for those. Or just, yeah. So, I don't want to boot an older system necessarily. I'll boot an alternate system, but you gotta be careful when you hold an older system. You're not really sure what could happen. Never mind the security. You're just wondering if your brain can comprehend the age. Going back in the caves. Since most of it's cleared, this is going to be less arduous, but I still have to find the things that are found in the place. Especially this one place. I believe it is the Hornkey's place. Oh, he's so hornky. He's Hornky Hong. Hornky Hong Hung Tree. Oh yeah. Little mushroom, you can grow up in a cave. You're a fun guy. That's why I say to you, it's a poison cloud, Kevin McCloud. He's a cloud. His name is Kevin. Dun 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 dun. And you hit this thing, then you shoot it in your face. Then your face goes out. There's way too many dead sprites. Oh yeah, you know that. You know how it counts like all the corpses are always there, no matter how many you've killed. I have to wonder if Hexen stretches that if it spawns enough things. Like, do we want to know? Do I want to know if it'll hold, or if the game will eventually crash due to having too much sprite data? I don't know. I think the easier answer is it's somewhere in the RAM while you're playing. Not RAM. I guess the long-term memory equivalent. So then it loads it up when you're inside of it. You should look up on how the Doom engine works. It's interesting. A lot of it is smoke and mirrors, you can barely notice, but a lot of that smoke and mirrors is what helped make Quake look so damn awesome. Alright, it's this swamp. Get out of my swamp! Wait, yeah, I remember this swamp part not being that bad. It's actually kind of innocuous. Innocuously innocuous. Slam them in the back. Where the shoulder pauldrons, and you shove them in the cauldrons. Black Cauldron was a good movie. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Actually, let everyone tell you otherwise. But it's not like it's a musical or anything. Oh no. It's that classic, how would kids watch this movie and not get... You know, I don't know. If you want to teach bravery to a child at the 8, if they're young and that movie just come out, you might do a good job? I don't know. A lot of 80s cartoons were like that. Just like, oh yes, it sounds so family friendly. Oh my god! Actually, 90s stuff does that too. Without the pretense of being family friendly. So it's just like, kids want to see it because it's cool. But they're not trying to say it's family friendly at all. Is that a better approach, you think? I don't know. All I know is the Play It Loud campaign was pretty loud. So loud you could see it on a shirt. Going above the yonders, beyond the beyonders. Dun, 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 dun. What's next for the universe? Dun, 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 dun. Maybe if I read more comics. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just thinking of Heretic music working better in Hexen now. And maybe it would. But maybe at the same time that might annoy you if you're just going back and forth through stuff, so you need your music to stay out of the way out of this kind of game. It's certainly better than direct silence. Silence to all in the caves of not Wonder Woman. Why? Okay, this is interesting. Why the caves of Circe? And why is it, like, in the hub associated with this fortress place? Then again, the door in said fortress is what leads to the Wyvern battle, as you might know now. How much time did I really spend? 2 minutes and 14 seconds? I don't believe you. My video length is a big liar. Well, actually that brings a different question about, which is, do we use the in-game timer for speedruns, or do we just use actual time? That is a curious case, mind you. Like, why have elapsed time in the game if it's game time and not real time? Mario's like that. I have a theory about how Mario seconds work, which is, basically 60 seconds are 100 Mario seconds. That's my theory. I guess if I really want to test it out, I could have long ago, but I have almost no need to. If a game I play gets really hard and it's time-based, like that one thing which is like the 60-second levels, every level takes 60 seconds or something like that, and then it gives me 100 seconds, well then yeah. Going down by candlelight, and I just want to go to the wasteland again, and I wasted my land in several lands that I wasted. Start again. It's the Grand Theft Medieval. Alright, that leaves the swamp door. Oh. Okay. Swamp in the wasteland. That's a contradiction, possibly. Then again, we have this thing called Louisiana, and that's next to the west. Not that closely, but that's what you'd think, that the Shadowwood is some representation of before we colonized the Americas. Which are only called America because the guy mapping out signed his work as America, so decided to call it America. Pretty sweet, right? Remember, if you want to claim a name of a country, just write your signature really big as a fellow cartographer. Approved. What about the other tidbit where it's just like, toilets flushes reverse when you're in the southern hemisphere? It's like, I mean, maybe. Does it matter? Or what if, you know, their maps or globes are facing the other way? Like, Australia's the north now! Haha! You know. Except for the fact you assume the South Pole is on the top. I think that's the issue here. You have to rename the North and the South Pole. Like, unless you think the South Pole belongs on the top, then that would make Britain's north make more sense if we considered it its south. Not quite. Or maybe it'd explain why left-hand driving is different than right-hand driving. I don't know that either. Why do we do that? I mean, I get the whole we had imperial system for, like, measurement. But what the hell did we decide when it came to driving, where it was like driving on your left versus driving on your right? How and why did it happen? Wish I knew. I really like how the hands look as you're firing the fire. It looks like you're tapping into some sort of cosmic ruby entity. It's really cool. I mean, hot. It's hot as hell. It's not really hell. It's like a righteous fury. That's what I figure it's supposed to represent anyway. He's got the magic. Come to think of it, though, are there any creatures in Hexen that are actually representative of the undead? Because I have not seen any zombies or skeletons heretics. Oh, wait, no. That's right, in the 5th hub. That's the yeah. So the cleric might be the best at dealing with those things. Although they weren't too bad to deal with. You just gotta just slaughter them. You have to smite them very carefully. Yes. And I mace you up, and I mace you down. Don't look around, because I think you're a clown, and I get your flechettes But don't bear me just yet. I just want you to see this game. Hexen, it's the best in. Order now. On GOG? Yeah, GOG. Get your Hexen on GOG. I got my Hexen Steam a long time ago, but that's because there was a sweet freaking deal on it. But for older games, get them from GOG, I guess, yeah. Although, more accurately, make sure you don't rely on their default DOSBox settings. They're usually garbage. I don't even know if that's their fault. I think they're just trying to package it with default settings, not knowing what will work better. That I can understand. But, still. If you're going to package an older game, please give us a working configuration. Oh my goodness. I have to look up these things. Some people I follow figure that stuff out. Mostly the Ancient DOS Game Show figures that out for me. Not that this person's always correct. Like, I'd say maybe 10% of the time, I make my own fixes on the suggestions. And that's not to say they're absolutely correct either, but they're good enough for me usually. It's just, DOS is a wide variety of things to many people in how it's run. That's something you're going to have to understand. And maybe DOS speedrunning can be more accepted in this day and age.